This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
Here with Erik Spring. What's good, eh?
Man, what's going on? It's my everything with you.
Oh, man, I'm chilling, man. What you have going on today?
Just got done day of sparring with Danny. This is my second week in camp with Danny to get ready for his fight with Errol Spence.
Okay. Is this your first time ever working with Danny?
Nope, I worked for him before my last fight with Joey Spencer. I was in here down in January before I had my fight in January.
Oh, yeah, the Joey Spencer fight. How did you get that?
So I was a late replacement. He had somebody, and actually I was in camp with Lamana in December, and then Marshall right after Chris was like, yo, we're switching up. You're going to go to camp with Danny, and you're fighting Joey Spence.
And Lamana, that was the Jorge Cota fight?
Yeah, he fought the same night as me, yeah.
Okay,
Yep,
so you were the replacement?
So Lamana was fighting Cota. At that time, I didn't know that. I was getting Lamana ready for Cota. And then Marshall, right after Cribs, got a call, I guess, from him to replace Joey's guy fell out through injury. So he asked if I'd take the fight. I came, signed the contract the next day, and then he was like, you know, Danny needs somebody at camp. He think Danny was a better comparison with Joey, so then we switched it from Lamana camp, came down here and worked with Danny.
You got good work in that camp?
Yes, great work, great work.
The Joey Spencer fight, you lost a decision. What do you feel like went wrong?
I think it was too much. It was like my camp was great. I think I just bleed too much to height. I was hearing about this power, and then I didn't really turn on to the 4th, 5th round. And to me, I think his power is okay. It's not devastating like a lot of people made it seem. So I guess I gave him too much respect going into there instead of fighting my own fight.
All right, now recently you made a change in trainers.
Yes, yep. This is my new trainer right here, Jeff Illinois. He's been with me since I first started 6 years ago. He was one of my assistants under Washington when I first came out of. I was at Washington's, and then what happened? We parted business thing. Then I ended up with Kings Promotions, but they had their own trainers with Mo Morales. And then now I started my own business, which my hours are all crazy. And he stays open late, so now I made the change back to going back home.
Okay. What changes do you have as opposed to his old trainer?
Working with his speed, making him faster.
He thought in the fight with Joey I started off slow, so it's more of being explosive coming out from the gate. Instead of setting stuff up, coming off the gate just starts to throwing. You know, I think in that fight I only had, out of 6 rounds, it was like 60 or 70 punches, which, you know, isn't enough. And I think Joey had 80. I think I had 65, he had 80. So I should have been through like over 100 punches in 6 rounds.
Okay, how do you like change his work rate?
More pressure, more. He comes at night, trains more hours off his schedule. So he's dedicated. He's always training. So he added more to his plate. Is just making him a little bit better.
Now he's a tall 54, right? Do you feel like it's tough for him to get fights because he's tall and rangy?
Well, we've been talking about maybe going up a little bit, but that's something that we gotta keep discussing.
Is that because of COVID and the layoff, or you just think his body's just ready to move up to 160?
Yeah, his body's ready to move up a little bit. That's my opinion. I see how he works. He spars with heavier guys, and he does real good with heavier guys. And so I think, you know, throwing it out, I think he should move up a little bit. But he's doing good no matter what. He's doing good now. But I just feel that he'll be more powerful, more stronger. He'll have an advantage at coming up a little bit.
Okay. Now, you know I gotta ask you, you're in Danny Garcia's camp. He got a big fight coming up with Errol Spence. How do you see that fight going?
I think Errol's underestimating Danny. Danny got some power, you know. Either way, I got a 50-50. No lie, not just because I came with Danny, I got a 50-50. And I like Spence. I think it's gonna be a great fight.
Now, you're a bigger guy. You're 54, right? You've never fought anything below 54?
No, the lowest weight was 152. It was a 54 fight. I came out 152 one time in my career. Now, I was at 54.
Do you spar welterweights and middleweights?
Yes.
How would you rate Danny's power as far as with the guys that you've been in the ring with?
I think the hardest hitter I ever had was Kermit Cintron. And then I think Danny's right after him. And I sparred a couple guys. Hammer Hands, that's what I think what main event top rank. Julian Rodriguez, I sparred on from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I sparred Toro when Toro was out from Allentown, and Danny's up there. For 147, Danny's up there. But I think he's right behind Kermit.
Okay. And Kermit Cintron, he was a banger.
Yeah,
now, was he from Allentown or Reading?
Reading. From Puerto Rico, and then he was in Reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got that work when you were young?
As soon as I came out of pro, it just connected. We was from the same gym. From his manager and my manager were the same back then. When he came after his hand surgeries, so 6 years ago.
Okay. How long are you going to be in this camp?
Probably got 1 more week.
1 more week?
Yeah.
And how many rounds you going? 4 or 6? What?
It depends. Today's 3, Thursday be 4, and then there'll be 5 on Saturday. So they change it all the time.
Okay. All right. This fight just past Saturday, Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. What'd you think of that fight?
Great fight. Tank proved something. I didn't think it was gonna end like that. I think it was gonna be a little. I thought Tank was gonna get him in the 9th or 10th round. Santa Cruz was gonna wear down, but he caught him early. He bullied him. And he proved a lot. Tank proved a lot. We knew it, and he got him out the way. He did what he had to do.
You feel like that was knockout of the year?
Could be close. Could be close. He still got 2 more months left, so you never know what could happen.
Yeah, I know. What was the knockout? For me, it's between that and Povetkin versus Dillian White. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
Well, Devin Haney fights, Gamboa this weekend. I think Haney's going to take care of Gamboa, but Gamboa is a veteran. That circle is good right there. Garcia, Tank, Haney, and then you got Lopez right now. They just won the belt. Even if you throw no one there after his surgery and everything, that division right there is pretty tough. That 35.
That's the fight you want to see?
Taking Garcia. I think I got Garcia on that one. I got Tank. I got Garcia.
Who, Mikey?
No, he's talking about Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Garcia,
King Rye?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, that for me, yeah, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight because his height.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rye's height. Rye's a little tough. And his speed.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking for Teofimo versus Tank because he's coming off of a great win.
I think Teofimo's more disciplined. Tank looks hungry now. Floyd has him in there, but I think Teofimo's more disciplined, and he's coming off the height that big. I think his win's bigger than Tank, so he has that confidence, and he controls that division. So I got Teofimo on that fight.
Now, King's Promotion has a card on the 21st.
Yes.
Are you slated to go in, December, January?
December, January, we're looking at Marshall Tillman coming to camp, drop the weight, loosen up, knock the rust off, and then look for a fight. The latest December, so I'm looking for December.
When will you decide on the weight?
It depends what fights Marshall has us. That's my promoter. We go with him and listen to what he says, and then we just agree, and then we just keep going from there.
Now, what's the process with that? Is it a joint, or you make the final decision for the opponent?
It's joint. Like Marshall, he promotes it to me, and then I talk to him, and then we sit down, we talk together, and then I'll take the plan there, and then we meet with Marshall, and then we just agree if we're gonna take the fight or not.
If you decide on 160, what changes will you make?
Changes? Right.
Yeah.
He's doing his. The only change we gotta make is him going up a weight. Him changing, there's no changes. He's doing good. He does what he has to do, just a little bit more weight on him. That's what we're working on. We just want more weight on him.
Now,
speed a little bit faster, things like that.
Now, was your amateur career extensive, or you were a guy that just jumped into the pros?
Straight to the pros. What happened? I started kickboxing. I was an amateur kickboxer for 6 years, but I was in camp. My last fight, getting ready for a title, amateur title, I was in camp with Harry Yogi. And Harry Yogi was getting a fight for Reading. And that's how that came about. And Harry was like, you got good hands, why don't you just do boxing, leave kickboxing alone? So I applied for my license, and then that's when I got a manager, and then I fought my first fight under the Iron Mike Promotions down in Bethlehem. So it was no boxing amateur, like I didn't know nothing about Golden Gloves, nothing.
So you just started right up?
Went from kickboxing. After I won the belt, it was like he got the card. He went with me down to talk to Greg Zerb. He signed the application, and then he looked for a fight. So Harry was my advisor at first. My first 4 fights, Harry was my advisor to give me fights and everything. And that's how it all started, and I just stick with it from there.
If you had to do it all over again, would you go straight into the amateurs? Would you do some fights?
I'll definitely get some fights. There's a big difference coming from kickboxing to boxing, whereas kickboxing we're more stand up for our feet and kicking, where boxing you sit down. And a lot of people say that's why they see the difference of me not knocking people out, because I don't sit on my punches. I'm ready to throw and get out.
Yeah.
Like kickboxing. So
Two different worlds.
you figure, it's 2 different. So you figure I did martial arts for 20 years and then kickboxing 6 years, and now I'm only going on 7 years of boxing. So that still has, he sees that a lot of me. So he's working on the angles and sitting with me. That's something I see different in this camp. He's working with me and sitting down more on those punches.
Is this the most competitive camp or the most competitive environment that you've been in boxing-wise?
No, like I said, I sparred all over. Kermit, like I said, the one thing was Kermit. Kermit because it's power. That you question yourself all the time going Kermit, but then after a while, you know, I got used to Kermit. It was something we came to. So Kermit was just like a brother in the gym. You know, we could be in the gym like, you want to spar today, Eric? Yep, we sparring. So Kermit was always there. I had who else? Like, and I had Arturo Tulio. I think he was 7-0 with 5 knockers before he stopped from a long time. That used to come down. He was a great fighter too. He was about to sign Rock Nations, and then he just stopped boxing. He was also another great fighter that had a big amateur career.
Did you feel like you had your amateur career in the pros? Like sparring, going from gym to gym, seeing different styles like that?
Yeah, I was landing. Yep, that was exactly how I landed. I was hands-on. Like, as soon as I go, that's when they were picking stuff up. It wasn't really. When I first came out in the pros, I wasn't doing drills or boxing drills. It was more just switch over, or you can't kick no more. So now it was sparring. So I took a lot of headaches, beatings, and punches that I shouldn't, because it was guessing, learning on the fly. On the fly. Now I'm actually getting you said after a year, I'm getting the techniques and everything down.
Okay. What do you have to say for people that don't know who you are, but will end up watching your fight next?
It should be exciting. If you know with me, I come in, my record, I'm 13-4 with 1 knockout, but I come to brawl. Like a lot of people say, I will box, I'll mix it up. And we're looking out to get back on this winning. My last 2 fights, I lost my last 2 fights, but just got to get to the winning ways.
Okay. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great.